This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories, and welcome to our review of the James Bond novel, The Man with the Golden Gun. This is the last full one Fleming wrote. I think there was a few other short stories because I saw that, well, when I listened to the reading order, the one I found had the three short stories set after this. But this is the final Bond story, and at least written by him, since he was running it as he was slowly dying, and I think from what I was looking at, I was just looking at a quick summary of it that he actually died before the novel was released, although he did finish writing it. And while I think it is an interesting story, it's not my most favorite one. I think the most entertaining part of it is the opening where Bond has been brainwashed by the Soviets after everything that happened in the previous book, where his mind was, he had amnesia, and the one woman in Japan took him to be her husband. He went to try and figure out who he was and wound up going to Russia, and while there he was captured and he was turned into a double agent just trying to assassinate M, which failed. And the rest of it is him just trying to go and kind of redeem himself for that, even though he really didn't have control over his mind at the time. And the mission he's on, it's interesting enough. He's just undercover for this one guy he has to take down, and Felix Leiter's also there. And honestly, the story was overall it was pretty entertaining. I think it was well told, and it was it had a solid antagonist. And at the end, Bond also was like the second most interesting thing at the end, where he's offered to be knighted and he refuses to, so he could continue on with his job. And it seems like Fleming knew his time was coming soon, and it could have been an interesting end for Bond where he does decide to kind of retire from the secret agent life and goes on to kind of live happily ever after. But I think it's honestly just a really interesting decision to have him go and deny the knighthood, and for him to ultimately just continue on with his adventures. And I think that it was honestly pretty interesting. But yeah, honestly, it was a solid novel. I think you could tell that there's kind of like some reuses of some things, like the fact that the mission was kind of him redeeming himself, which is what the last one was about also, after he was kind of falling off after his wife's death. And I think if Fleming did live longer, he probably would have made things even pick up even more. But with this being like the last full story, it's a real shame, because I think it was really solid and had a lot of potential to continue on, but ultimately it, at least from Fleming, wasn't able to due to his death. And I don't know, maybe I'll eventually check out the other books. I don't know, I don't have uh, maybe a huge interest, at least right now, because I don't want to be spending the money on all the other books, but I at least wanted to listen to the original Fleming ones through Audible, and I did. And there'll be one more of these, the review of the three short stories that, as I said, they said they were set after this, but from what I saw is that this was the final one that he wrote. So I don't know, maybe it was just a incorrect timeline on this one, or there's some other reason. But yeah, honestly, I think that it was a it was a really solid story, and I want to know what you think. Please leave me in the comments, and I'll see you on the next episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the force be with you.